All right. Matanuska-Susitna Borough Planning Commission meeting January 16th, 2023, regular meeting at 6 p.m. is called to order. This is Jason Ortiz, Development Services Manager. All right, so first thing we need to do is determination of a quorum. Madam Clerk?
Okay. Commissioner Glenn?
Here.
Commissioner Allen is absent. Commissioner Cohn? Here. Commissioner Rubio is absent. Commissioner Kendig?
Here.
Commissioner Fernandez is absent. Commissioner Scoggin?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. And going right into approval of agenda.
I move to approve the agenda as presented.
All right.
I'll second that.
All right. Agenda is approved. Next up is elections. Do we have any nominations for the chair?
I nominate Mr. Kendig for chair.
Okay, we have a nomination for Commissioner Kendig. Is there any other nominations? All right. Then we'll just go right into it. Is there anyone opposed into approving Commissioner Kendig as the chair? No opposition? All right. Mr. Kendig, Commissioner Kendig, you are the chair. We'll go right, I guess we'll go ahead and do the vice chair and then let you take over the meeting from here. Do we have any nominations for vice chair?
I nominate Mr. Allen.
Okay, there's a nomination on record right now for Commissioner Allen to be vice chair. Any other nominations? All right, seeing no other nominations. Anyone opposed to nominating Commissioner Allen as vice chair? No opposition. All right, so it will be known that Commissioner Kendig will be the chair and Commissioner Allen will be the vice chair. I'm going to go right into Pledge of Allegiance, and then we'll let Commissioner Kendig go ahead and take over. If everyone could rise, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, it's all yours, Commissioner Kendig.
Okay, we have introduction. I'm sorry. Minutes for the regular meeting, December 5th, 2022. Can we get a motion to approve those minutes?
I move we approve the minutes.
We have a second.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? Any objection? Hearing seen none, motion carries. Okay, we'll move on to introductions for public hearing, quasi judicial matters, resolution.
Commissioner Kendig, if I can just remind you, if other commissioners are going to not state names, if you would reiterate names for just records, for purposes of record. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Well, if you guys would state your names, then that'll save me. Okay, introduction for public hearing, quasi judicial matters, resolution 23-01, a conditional use permit in accordance with Matsu Borough 17-70, regulation of alcoholic beverage use for an alcoholic beverage dispensary bar known as Big Lake Brewing Company, LLC, located at 5120 South Big Lake Road, tax ID 922-8000U012, within Township 17 North, Range 3 West, Section 28, Seward Meridian. Public hearing, February 6, 2023. Applicant Whitney Dow for Big Lake Brewery Company, LLC. Staff Rick Benedict, Planner 2. And introduction for public hearing, legislative matters, resolution 23-02, a resolution of the Matanuska-Susitna Borough Planning Commission recommending approval of an ordinance amending Matsu Borough 17-30 conditional use permit for earth materials extraction activities to allow for an exemption of 10,000 cubic yards annually without a permit, referred by the Assembly due back to the Assembly February 20th, 2023, public hearing February 6th, 2023. Staff Alex Strawn, Planning and Land Use Director. We'll just move right along. Are there any committee reports?
No, Chair.
Okay. Agency and staff reports.
We have none at this time.
Any land use classifications?
No, sir.
Okay, so at this time, we'll open up audience participation, 3 minutes per person for items not scheduled for public hearing. Do we have anybody online? Anybody here? Step up, state your name for the record.
Sir, you'll also need to sign in after you're done speaking.
All right, perfect.
You can wait until you're done speaking.
So Steve Culligan, Wasilla, and I'm here to represent Alaska Rock Products. And I know it's being introduced and scheduled, but Resolution 2302, changing the gravel requirements for a permit from 2,000 cubic yards to 10,000 cubic yards. We will be here as industry. So Alaska Rock Products was formed 20 years ago. Used to be lots of drama, and there still is, about resource development in the valley. And we feel that the current ordinance is a good balance between letting the public know, and it's not very heavy lift for the conditional use permit. And industry used to spend a lot more time when that wasn't in place, when the neighbors didn't have any communication, it just popped up. Spend a lot more time than filling out the forms and the simple permit that's required. The bottom line is, I think this is a second run at this, and we'll come back with individual engineers and others that are in that industry and talk our 3 minutes of fame and trying to read into the record. But the reality is this body historically has had some activists that if a permit meets the requirements and the like, it should be considered and passed, not when 100 people show up that aren't neighbors and rattle the cages. You know, a permit needs to be addressed based on its science, engineering, and facts, not on feelings. I'm not in favor of a bunch of regulations, but I think the existing regulations provide a kind of even-handed, low-lift impact for the public and keep people informed. I don't want to tell you your job, but the reality is I think with the makeup of this and kind of having an even-handed hearing at this level will actually accomplish more than this ordinance will, and still keep the public informed and move things ahead. The gravel industry are a bunch of great developers. They're your coaches and very active in your community. And it's kind of disrupting sometimes and disheartening to see, you know, how they get beat up and the like over a bunch of drama and conjecture. The reality is they all want to do the right thing, and Alaska Rock Products, which is large and small vendors, which will come talk to you again. But they're here to provide best practices, keep the public safe operations, develop great products, and serve the community. And good gravel just isn't everywhere, which is the Kenai Peninsula is finding out. There's tons of wetlands and stuff around. The gravel is where the gravel is. Matsu is blessed to have more resources. It's not as kind of divisive, but I think we strongly feel that we've worked over the last 15 years within the current rules, and they're set at 2,000 because there's other state and other reporting at that level. It doesn't mean if you exempt it to 10 or 20 or whatever, there's no reporting. There's still reporting required, maybe not for Matsu. So with that, thank you for your service. I appreciate you guys spending your time up there and serving the community, but thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Is there anybody online now? Okay, there's nobody left here. With that, we'll close public hearing. Do I need to read the 10?
We just move on to commissioner business. Just move on to commissioner business.
Okay. All right, commission business, Susitna Basin Recreation Rivers Board.
So there was items in your packet. This is Clerk Reese. If you reviewed it, they're looking for somebody to fill the Planning Commission seat for the Matsu Borough. And you guys need to decide who that will be on the planning commission.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be decided tonight, but it's
Yeah,
it's
why don't
something you need
we
to
have
think about.
why don't we have everybody here when we decide that? But just out of curiosity, how often do they meet?
I believe it's once a month.
Okay,
I put all the information in your guys' packet.
okay. Oh, in here, all right. I'll take that with me. Okay, director comments.
Actually, Jason needs to go over upcoming agenda items.
Be just a moment here, I'm pulling it up.
Okay.
Last page. Those are probably the ones you want to really.
Yeah. All right, some of the upcoming Planning Commission action items under quasi judicial. I'm going to go ahead and read the list. I'm not going to read everything in detail, but just to give you an idea of some of the stuff coming up. Remember, these are quasi judicial items. So these are the items where the Planning Commission is acting similar to a judge, and you want to refrain from fact finding and doing any outside research on. So we have Talkeetna Connection Marijuana Retail Facility, Dime Bag Marijuana Retail Facility, Green Go LLC Marijuana Cultivation Facility, the Aardvark Alcoholic Beverage Dispensary, Durham School Services Core Area Conditional Use Permit, Smoke Out Point Marijuana Retail Facility, Harmon Schrock Earth Materials Extraction, Jules Acres Earth Materials Extraction, DeBach Auto Salvage Junkyard, MSB Mile 56 Glen Highway Earth Materials Extraction, Fairview Inn Alcoholic Beverage Dispensary, and Luton on Big Lake, I think that is, variance. And under legislative matters, some of the issues that are going to be coming in front of the Planning Commission are the Historic Preservation Plan, the Municipal Separate Storm Sewer System, Bike and Pedestrian Plan, Matanuska Borough-wide Comprehensive Plan, Glacier View Comprehensive Plan Update, Coordinated Human Services Transportation Plan, the Metropolitan Planning Organization Formation, the MPO, Corridor Studies, Long Range Transportation Plan, Scoring Criteria and Project List Update, Public Transit Plan, and Facilities Plan. So those are just a list of some of the stuff. I think we've talked, Director Strawn and myself have had some conversations with some of the newer Planning Commission members, just kind of telling them like this upcoming year is going to be quite a haul of stuff that's going to be before the Planning Commission, and some of it historic that hasn't been addressed in like decades. So there's going to be a lot of stuff on here. Remember, anything legislative, if you guys have questions about, feel free to pop into the planning department, talk to us, call us, email us, whatever's convenient for your schedule. If we can answer questions, anything that's on that list that I read or anything upcoming that's quasi judicial. Remember, if you guys have a question about that, remember to email the clerk, Carol Reese right here directly. And do not include others in that email because you do not want to create an Open Meetings Act violation where multiple people are in one email. So that's pretty much all the items that we got coming before the Planning Commission. Did I miss anything?
Nope, I don't believe so. I do need to go back to the Commissioner Business A. You all need to make a motion to postpone that until everybody's here.
Somebody make a motion to postpone Susitna Basin River Recreations Board decision till the next meeting.
Yeah, we'll make a motion Commissioner Scoggins will make a motion to postpone the Susitna Basin Recreational River Board
Thank you.
appointee.
You got a second?
Commissioner Cohen seconds.
Okay, any further discussion? Any objection? Hearing seen none, motion carries. So we'll go to commissioner comments, and we'll just start with Commissioner Glenn and just work our way up.
I got no comments.
I have no comments.
No comment.
Okay, I'm looking forward to working with everybody, and in next meeting, hopefully we have a full board. I just had one comment on, I think, don't we have the school site selection committee to fill as well?
There is, I need to get more information from staff on that.
Okay, all right, Alex mentioned it to me, so all right, I guess that's it for me too. We'll take a motion to adjourn. Oh, I'm sorry.
Jason Ortiz here. The only comments I had is I did want to welcome the new Planning Commission members. We have 2 new commissioner members, Commissioner Cohen, is that right? And Commissioner Fernandez. So welcome. It's a big commitment. We appreciate you guys serving the community. And the other thing I wanted to make sure that the public knew is one of former Planning Commission members, Chris Elder, did pass away just recently. He lost a battle to cancer. I had served on the Planning Commission with him. He's a super great guy, very well known in the community. So a lot of people had the opportunity to attend his services, but he definitely will be missed. And we look forward to a fun year. There's a lot of stuff coming up, and remember, we are here as a resource for you guys. If you guys have questions, feel free to reach out. That's all I have.
Yeah, and I might want to let the new commissioners know you've got a very good staff here. All you got to do is reach out, and they're more than happy to help you. Okay, now we'll take a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Does that take a second? I need a second.
I second it.
And that motion was from Commissioner Glenn. The second was from Commissioner Cohen. Any discussion? Any objection? We're adjourned.
Adjourned at 6:17 p.m.